Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Bahamut, your caster this evening. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having, I had to look, the blue team, and on the right, we have 8-second respawn. I was just like, I got this, and I was just like, wait, no, in my brain, I'm thinking of the other match that we're going to have later. But either way, let's get underway here. We have coin flip and all of that, so let's go through that while we have this little ban phase starting out here. Coin flip was won by the blue team. They went ahead and chose map pick. Braxis holdout was banned out by them, and 8-second respawn banned out Tomb the Spider Queen. We then had the first map pick by the blue team, which is Infernal Shrines. I'm saying it backwards, but either way, it's going to be Infernal Shrines for our map number 1 and Cursed Hollow for our second game here. So a nice, 3-lane matchup here. Pretty decent-sized maps too. So we're going to see a lot of, I think, macro pressure in a game like this, and we're also going to be seeing a lot of dedication to, fighting over really, really tight points here. And Captain Snail, thank you so much for that follow to start this out. Thank you for that support, my friend. Glad you're having a great night and checking out the stream. But that is going to be a Jimmy right click and a Diablo ban coming out here in the 1-2 slots for the bans. We have another phase though, and now Infernal Shrines, we can talk a little bit about this and the fact that it is an extremely important thing to consider, that you're going to fight over a control point in a sense, and you also need clear in that control point as well. So the skeletal defenders getting to 40, as well as being able to maneuver through the 4 entry points. Granted though, if you're gonna be utilizing the top area, or the top gets spawned, you won't be able to rotate through the back line there. But either way, Alex Draws are going to be taken away here. And just to kind of start things off, I'm rambling quite a bit, but the Alex Draws I like being banned out here because she's extremely strong on point control maps. Diablo gets a lot of value here. There's a lot of walls that he can get a lot of good shadow charges, overpowered, separate you from your team. The other thing to consider in the situation too is that the Diablo really excels in tight corridors, and that's where a lot of this map is rotations through tight corridors. And now the Rainer being banned out, it's not something that's too surprising because it's Rainer, and we currently, I don't think we've figured out exactly how to play against him just yet, though it does leave Urel open. And the other thing to note really quickly is that we have the Deckard Cain being banned out. My personal 2 cents on this, watching a lot of games, and the way that I've seen Deckard Cain being played and where he excels, is a lot of maps where you have these lane-to-lane rotations. For example, Tomb of Spider Queen, Dragonshire, Volskaya Foundry, Infernal Shrines. Anywhere that Deckard Cain can literally just drop potions consistently and the teams can pick them up as needed through the rotations, that's a huge thing to have. So I like them banning that out. Now we have the Phoenix being picked up here. I'm trying to go extremely quick here just to kind of get us caught up in draft. Phoenix being picked up in the 1 slide is really interesting. That means they're probably going to be focusing on Jaina later on, maybe an Arthas as well. A lot of slows they're going to be looking for, maybe a Thrall. But the Phoenix is really powerful in the start here. Great in the 4-man, also great in the solo lane if needed, and has good shrine clear and mobility. But we are going to be having, all right, now that we're caught up, I can breathe. I don't have to do, it's like the little bit, like the 5 seconds taken off the timers is just too much. Aria Windrunner, thank you for coming by and checking out the stream. How you doing this evening? So we are going to be having the Stukov and the Ragnaros picked up on the side of the blue team, and the Stukov is extremely powerful here. He did just get that rework that came through yesterday, and so the control that he offers into these tight corridors is really, really powerful. And then Ragnaros on this map is extremely powerful because he can delay out the Punisher and also deny any sort of damage onto a fort, even a keep. And it also means that if you pop that Molten Core, you're going to have a huge range in which the enemy team needs to back off. You've got a nice buffer zone to burn down the Immortal, kind of get your lane back in control. But this Garrosh and Jaina, such a good combo here. Garrosh has a lot of great utility with the Warlord's Challenge. You also have Jaina with a lot of slowing cold. We also saw the buff to the Water Elemental. That is probably going to be the pick here. But that also pairs well into Phoenix, who has the Purification Salvo, which gets benefits from slows. Urel being banned out, we just gotta keep going. We gotta keep going. Urel being banned out, though, in that solo lane, they don't want to deal with that. And to be honest, technically you could put Ragnaros in the solo lane. We'll have to see how this draft kind of unfolds, but you could go Ragnaros into Phoenix. That's absolutely a thing you can do. I would expect Phoenix to be more in the rotations and Rag to be there as well because he's got good wave clear. But this is going to be a Genji deny. They don't want to deal with that mobility as well as the ability for him to just kind of jump into the backline and just kind of be a nuisance into Jaina as well as Phoenix. Phoenix does not have the biggest health pool. Yo, Malarom, thank you so much for that follow. I do appreciate that support, my friend. Thanks for coming by and checking out the stream. Hope you're having a great night. But this Ragnaros paired with Stukov, they're going to need their main tank. They're going to maybe need a solo laner, and they also need to consider what their shrine clear is going to be. That's their shrine clear, and that's their main tank. Okay. I currently like this, actually. I like this rotation for the 4 members. Both teams have friends of mine. Oh, so you got to root for both teams. Gladderon. You got to pronounce that first G, too. But Kael'thas is, I think, really, really great with the Ragnaros because Rag can then stack his Qs a lot faster and have that extra damage. And Sulfurous Hungers is a really, really powerful thing for Ragnaros to have done early. God, I'm way too late on this draft. But let's see these last 2 picks. It's going to be the Sonya for the solo lane. And they actually pick up an Ana for their heal. Solo support Ana. I like this. I like this. I'm curious to see how they're going to be utilizing Ana here, just to maybe poke from the backline, get a couple sleeps, and then get some setup for Jaina and Sonya to kind of, and as well as Garrosh. I think, yeah, they're just going to be looking to kind of burn down one specific hero every single time with that sleep setup. And it's going to be Junkrat. Oh, man. Junkrat into the Garrosh is a bit of a nuisance because anytime you try and get a toss onto an enemy member and you try to collapse onto them, if Junkrat can get that that concussion mine out, that separates the enemy team from your friendly team member, and they have the opportunity to rotate out. So these are... I don't know. The Ragnaros and the solo lane into the Sonya, I think it's going to be a rough time. I really think Sonya's going to dominate that solo lane. It's this Ana. I don't know how I feel about the Ana, to be honest. It's Fleur de Mer. That is true. But I don't know. It's solo healing Ana. I just don't know how I feel about it just yet. We'll see. I mean, they can absolutely prove me wrong. And I kind of hope they do. But going into Infernal Shrines, between the 2 teams, there's a little anti-synergy on the side of the blue team with the ETC and the Junkrat. I don't know. I feel like the Junkrat can kind of literally throw mines into the situation and kind of mess it up for either side. But we'll find out here as we get into game number 2, or excuse me, game number 1. The blue team on the blue side is going to be Ember on that Stukov. We are going to be having Narina going to be on the Junkrat. Blizzard Hyrule is going to be on the Ragnaros. Snag is going to be on the ETC, and Duke of Sky is going to be on that Kael'thas. And fun fact, Snag's name is just Shenanigans backwards. I just go with Snag because I can pronounce that part at least. On the right-hand side, we are going to be having 8-second respawn with Cody Kraz going to be on the Garrosh, White Ghost going to be on the Sonya, Powin Sloth going to be on the Phoenix. We will have Fleur de Mer on the Ana, and then Harry Dot on that Jaina. Let's get into this as all 5 members go into the mid lane. The good looks have funs are out. Hello, hello. Oh, all the fire in here. Let's go. Well, welcome. Welcome, Twitch chat. You literally started popping up the moment this game got going. So I'll peek over as you here and there. But let's see how this game is going to be starting out, as we do just have a nice little wave clear coming out from the blue team. We have a little bit of poke damage coming out from that Kael'thas. That chain bomb's going to be a nuisance as this game progresses. We'll have to see how Fleur de Mer deals with that. Overall, though, Rag is going to be in that solo lane as we talked about. That is going to be the level 1 Sulfurous Hungers for him. So just needing to get those stacks as quickly as possible. And this is why I was thinking maybe Ragnaros in that solo, or excuse me, in the 4 members, so you could get the little bit of a faster wave clear if Duke of Sky is dropping those flame strikes. That kind of weakens the wave. Ragnaros just comes in and just gets an E and a Q, and it's done. But rotations coming out so far, it's a little bit stronger for the blue team here. They've kind of gotten their lanes under management, as well as the fact that they're just continuing just to kind of push in here. And Blizzard Hyrule into White Ghost seems to be holding themselves very, very well. We do have the Sonya going into that level 1 war paint, so they're going to be able to have that extra sustain. But overall, we're just seeing solid camp rotations from both teams. This is timed out. These teams know what they're doing here, and I actually really like these plays so far. We also have just the Junkrat going to get some little bit of a knockback here onto one of the siege members, and it's just going to delay it for a second. But they setting up a little bit in this bush here. Are they looking for a fight as they actually get chain bomb onto a couple members here? Going to back off just fine. Peeking back down to that solo lane, we have Narina just going to go ahead and get the clear on that wave, rotate up, and that's big for them. If they can continue to almost deny soak by just rotating the enemy team, the macro play is big here, and we talked about that a little bit at the start. Snag is going to get a power slide in. There's going to be the Kael'thas Flame Strike, not going to be getting a kill, but weakening them enough to have them back off. We have Pollen just getting low enough to the point where, you know, they need that shielding to come back, and This has so far been 2 waves that have been fed into the gate, and the big thing about this is that they're losing experience because there's no one to soak that wave as it crashes into the gate. Also, that gate gets a little bit of extra damage taken off of it, so definitely a really, really strong play starting out from the blue team here. If just 8-second respawn can kind of just get their rotations a little bit more in order, they definitely have this here. We are going to be having Junkrat. I was wondering if he was going to be soloing this camp, and I was like, that's not... No? I don't think so. Just going to get the clear onto that wave as the members of 8-second respawn are going to go ahead and just grab this bruiser camp, and they'll be able to get this clear easy. No one has actually rotated off onto the side to get the bruiser camp for the members of the blue team, but they will be grabbing this bottom lane camp. So this is often a strategy you see if you get a top lane Punisher or a mid lane Punisher, just to grab this camp, because it forces the enemy team to have to rotate into that bottom lane at some point. Otherwise, this camp will get a significant amount of damage done to this gate, take it down, and the next Punisher in that bottom lane is going to be a big ol' nuisance. Power slide out from Snag here. We actually have the knockback from the concussion mine. There is no blink out, and that is going to be the first kill of the game going over to the blue team. That denial from Snag as well as Narina. Really, really strong plays coming up from the blue team. I really like this. They actually have to rotate their Jaina down. Peridot going to have to go ahead and get the clear into this, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. This lane left to its own devices would have gotten a lot more. I don't think it would have taken the fort. Definitely would have been a situation where they needed to actually... It would have been worse than it could have been, but Phoenix back at this time. We will have a rotation coming out from the team. There will be a nice little sleep dart coming out from Fleur de Mer, but it will be... Snag will be woken up by the skeletal defenders, just like, hey, don't you want the Punisher to come down this lane? Go red team, go blue team. I absolutely. Also, by the way, you may have noticed we have portraits back. And they're all fixed and they all, like, scaled properly now, too. Root going to be going out into Fleur de Mer, and actually they get the concussion mine out as well. The power slide from Snag, and that is going to be a dead Ana. Another kill going over in favor for the members of the blue team. And the big thing about that, too, is that is a 14-second Ana kill, or death, and they currently have a Mortar Punisher that will be walking down this mid lane. The other thing to quickly check in on, we had, the top lane, Blizzard Hyrule and White Ghost have been going at it back and forth this entire time, and Blizzard Hyrule is kind of holding this over, but fun's going to be in the mid lane when we have this Punisher jumping over the wall. Actually, the knockback onto Cody Kraz, knockback from this from Snag. They get the toss onto Duke of Sky into the worst position for a Kael'thas to be in, but the thing is there's a Punisher to absorb all that damage. Sleep Dart going to be going out on Duke of Sky, and double stun actually coming out from the Punisher. Oh, and is getting so low here. Going to get that healing, though, from Ana. Not going to be in too bad of a shape, but they do open this up a little bit more. Decent amount of damage done here from a first Punisher, and I gotta say, they played this pretty well on the side of blue. Oh, the power slide for the stun. That should be enough. Ana actually going to miss the heal because of the blink from Phoenix. Phoenix denied his own healing. The panic blink, and that also will be Blizzard Hyrule finishing the Sulfureous Hungers. We also have this camp being taken away 9-8, 9-7, but it's that little pixel of experience they need. So 9-8 at this point, about a level difference between the two teams. They're going to be looking for 10s before this next Punisher, and you can start to see them spread across the map on the side of the blue team. And I like this play. Being able to just go ahead and soak as much as you physically can before you have this next one, setting yourself up for basically a win condition over this next skeletal, over this next point of control. I don't know, I'm blanking out of the name. I just know it's like skeletal defenders, but what do you actually call it? The shrine? I think so. Meanwhile, though, we have the everlasting match in top lane between Blizzard Hyrule and White Ghost. Keep going back and forth into each other. No significant fights breaking out in any of the other lanes. We just have this mid lane being cleared out. Some of the notable heroics here. We do actually have Lava Wave from the Ragnaros, not going to be having that Sulfurous Smash. There will also be the Mosh Pit from the ETC, going to try and get a lot of follow-up damage. And then there's also the Phoenix from the Kael'thas. We'll have the Riptire from the Junkrat and the Massive Shove from the Stukov. They try to follow up on Snag here, trying to get a little bit of a kill, maybe just stagger a death at this time. That'd be huge for them, but it's not going to be working out. Gonna just have to step up a little bit more, and this is going to be the next Punisher in the bottom lane, so opening this up even further is a huge benefit for the members of the blue team. Really, really like this play, as they're actually going to have Fleur de Mer denying some healing. Some poke damage going to be coming out from Duke of Sky. Knockback from Snag here. The Phoenix will be coming out as well. Just going to zone them away while they just back off. They've kind of weakened down this fort a little bit. The big thing that I would say is if you can take out the well as soon as possible, that's a big thing for them. And Duke of Sky is kind of posturing up for it. Maybe no, they actually get the power slide onto one member. The knockback from the Junkrat, the Unstoppable, is used, but Cody Kraz, unfortunately, oh, the sneaky ring coming out from the Jaina, but unfortunately, she will be solo mosh pit. Snag is taking damage from the tower this entire time. They're actually going to get the power slide onto Cody Kraz. Body blocking so well. Sleep Dart goes out. Knockback from the... Oh my god, the Junkrat. Narita is going to be finishing out that kill onto the Garrosh, and that will be the next shrine activating here in 20 seconds. They just won't leave the lane. This is so crazy. They're just like, we will continue to push down this bottom lane. Meanwhile, in top lane, Rag is like, all right, you're probably getting that camp. Let me at least just weaken up this front gate. And you can see how much siege damage is coming out from that Ragnaros. 72,000 currently. The closest is that Sonya. 22,000 away. Like, that is so ridiculous how this Ragnaros is getting so much siege damage into someone that they've basically been laning into this entire game. I really gotta say, these are some amazing matches to start out with, but Blizzard Hyrule, I don't think they see this rotation coming out. They're gonna start backing off here. Jaina will get some slow onto them. Sleep Dart goes out. That might be enough to just confirm this kill, as it will be Ragnaros falling at this time. So a nice pick in favor for the members of 8-second respawn, but the thing is, 28 skeletal defenders have been achieved for the members of the blue team. So they're just going to say, you know what, let's weaken out this top lane. Statistically speaking, this is the next lane for the Punisher to go into. So they're going to go ahead and just weaken this as best as they can. As the Punisher is going to be rotating into the bottom lane, you'll start to see some hearths back. We already have Peridot going to be doing that. I really, really like this play. This is the best way that they can at least catch up a little bit in experience, set themselves up for a potential win later in the game. Currently going to be having this camp being picked up by the members of 8-second respawn, or excuse me, the blue team. 8-second respawn is going to be needing to defend. They get the Hearth back. Ragnaros will be in this top lane, so they don't have Rag for this. It's interesting. They don't keep Rag for the push. Because if they could take down the keep, they would get a lot of value with that Molten Core up front, and they could really snowball off of that. But we'll see here. Gate's going to be going down. Rag is by themselves. Jane is actually, I don't know if they're showing in mid. Sleep Dart does go out. The root will be onto 2. There will be the Immortal, or excuse me, the Punisher jumping out. That is going to be Snag setting up for a mosh pit, I think. Not going to be happening just yet. There will be the Warlord's Challenge going out from Cody Kraz. Snag is not looking too good here, as Peridot might be able to get this kill, as there will be also a Purification Salvo going out. Riptire is going to be coming up from Narita. It actually gets denied from the Sleep Dart. They actually needed that so bad. Snag is going to have to die at this point. They're just throwing out everything they can to, 1, get dismounts, and 2, slow them down. But the thing is, the chase is so strong for them. That getting that kill in the ETC is huge, but the thing to also note, meanwhile, Rag is just getting free push in mid, setting themselves up for a little bit more of an achievement, and okay, I saw the minimap, I was like, there's no way that's happening. Knockback from Narita there, and they'll go ahead and just take this camp in the bottom lane. What an insane push, and I am so sorry, Twitch chat, that I have not kept up, but hello, welcome, you all are popping off tonight. Currently going to be having this camp picked up by the members of the blue team. ETC is now just back, so that was a little risky. But I do like that play so far from them. We are going to be having this little party that's going on. Narita's not in a great spot. That will be the sleep and the taunt at the same time. Phoenix going to be coming out as well. Indomitable being used just to try and step up even further. Cody Kraz taking a lot of damage. They get that kill, and that death, it just pushes the members of the blue team back far enough where they're just like, all right, well, we can't really play as aggressive as we wanted to with our Junkrat alive, so at this point they can just kind of poke out into these lanes, maybe weaken it just to, you know, keep that experience value in their favor. It's almost... We're looking at a 2-level difference between these two teams, and if they can just get to their 16s. We actually have Cody Kraz stepping out way too far. There's going to be the Ring of Frost coming out as well. The Ragnaros will be falling here. There is a mosh pit onto 2, but no follow-up damage. Massive shove comes out from Ember onto Cody Kraz. Maybe looking for that toss onto one of the members, but Snag is going to get the power slide through. They actually still get the kill from the Jaina. Leaning up, as Sonya will be going ahead and just grabbing this Bruiser Camp for the top lane. And this is the thing. This is what I was just saying. That last Punisher, statistically speaking, we had mid lane first, bottom lane next. It can repeat back into mid, absolutely, but there's a higher potential for it to go into that top lane if you are sitting there counting them. So having the top fort that was taken down earlier allows them so much value here, but this is the thing that we need to consider. The next one won't be up for, I'd say, I think another 45 seconds. Rag is already going to be up. any defense that they can make, they'll be able to utilize the Molten Core, which if they can take down this gate, I think that's fine. I think they're okay with that. It's just if they push past this gate, watch to see Blizzard Hyrule look for that Molten Core. You can already see them posturing right around the keep. The Massive Shove goes out into the Phoenix just to kind of deny them at this time. Starting to step up a little bit further, and I think they're just trying to just bait out. Nope. All right, they'll leave. What I've seen teams do in the past is they'll actually keep stepping up and keep stepping up and keep poking. Granted, though, this is 16 to 15. It's a little bit different. But just trying to bait out the Molten Core to allow them to have that extra push if they do then get that Punisher following, because Molten Core is, I think, a 2-minute cooldown. So being able to deny that 2 minutes is huge for a team. So this is going to be a rotation from the blue team. They need to get out of here. That will be a 2-member stun here. Do we see it? Nope, Mashazan's currently cooldown. There is so much damage going out. The friendly toss onto Paw and Sloth. Oh, dear Lord, they got out just fine. But the thing is, blue team stepping up real aggressive here. Going to grab this camp that will be needed to get cleared fairly quickly, because this thing left to on its own will get a lot of value. Going to just start to pull these the hounds away. They rotate over. They need their 16s. They need to get at least, I think it's a minion wave at this point would give them what they need. And this is it right here. Ooh. Yep, so there's their 16s. It's even talent tiers. This is probably, I would say this is, I feel, at least from just recalling it really quickly, this is, I think, the most even and well set shrine that's activated for both these teams. I think either time there's always been a death or one's been kind of out of position. They're actually stepping up a lot here. Sleep Dart does go out into Blizzard High. We're going to need to back off. That will be a root going out from the Ring of Frost onto 2 members. Massive Shove hitting one of the members so far away. We currently have Jaina just needing to rotate back in, but Paul and Sloth is taking so much damage. Going to need to get that heal from Ana. Parry Dot back from that Massive Shove. They are starting to step up. That will be the Sleep Dart going out. I think ETC was looking for a mosh pit there. They do have that available. No Power Slide to set that up, as it will be a little bit of a boost there from the Ragnaros, trying to step up a little bit, but Narita is going to go ahead, get that poke out, and they will just back off and continue to work on this next shrine, sitting at 21-0 in the Skeletal Defenders here, as we have the knockback onto Cody Kraz, separating them from their team quite a bit here, but the thing is, Snag is very far as well. I'm just like, I'm holding my breath. I'm waiting. I'm just like, are we going to get a brawl? Just a little bit of a back and forth between the two teams at this point. No one really stepping too far forward. No one really wants to just give over a death just yet. And it looks like Rag is going to use the Molten Core to get those last few Skeletal Defenders. The thing is, though, they are sacrificing Molten Core, so if they do die here, or they don't finish this out, it's a little bit of a waste. Members of 8-second respawn are trying to actually burn this down, and there's still 30. So Ragnaros with the Molten Core only secured 3, I think, at this point. Narita trying to poke in on this. Cody Kraz is really low. This is really risky for them. Gonna get that knockback from the ETC. Parry Dot in that backline is getting a lot of value here, but that will be the first kill going out onto that Garish. There will be the Ring of Frost. Parry Dot gonna have to pop the ice block, but that will be the Kael'thas going down at the same time as the Jaina. We also lose the Stukov on top of that, so a 2-for-2 trade, and that will be the 3rd Punisher of the game going over in favor of the blue team here. So unfortunately, all the prep work they did on the side of 8-second respawn was just not enough, and they weren't able, they just didn't have enough to secure this Punisher. And actually, excuse me, I missed that. Sonya was trying to get away there, and I completely missed her just falling, so that will be 3-2 trade. And with this 15-minute Punisher, it's going to be pretty strong. Oof. A bit worrisome. Arcane Punisher going to be barreling through this top lane. I would suspect, yes, a gate going down here, but without their 2 other members, without the Stukov and the Kael'thas, I wonder if they're really going to push beyond this keep. 2 seconds on the Jaina. So it'll be 4-3. Yeah, it's not worth it. I think they take down the gate here, they back off, and they just start to rotate for their camps, set themselves up for 20s, and then work their way for the next Punisher. And I think that's exactly what we're going to be seeing here. They back off of this. The next Bruiser camp over here will be up in 45 seconds. They can go ahead and rotate onto theirs, maybe save that for a little bit later, but they will meet up with their 2 remaining members, or 2, excuse me, newly alive members. So they'll go ahead and just get the clear onto this camp. Taking a little bit of time, but I think they just want to make sure that they're not going to be stepping too far out here. Sacrificing yourself a little bit this late and maybe staggering some deaths would be huge for the members of 8-second respawn. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the case. 19-17. They don't get that staggered death. They don't get that delay, that kind of pause in the game where they can just be like, all right, this is our moment to bring it back. We can even this game up. Death timers are getting really long. It allows teams to get a lot of value when someone dies, and even just a singular kill. We'll have to see here, as we have the members of the blue team just rotating and picking up camps and doing this almost systematically. ETC just staying around, just anchoring, making sure they get some vision for the friendly team. Though the members of 8-second respawn, I don't know if it's going to be sniffed out quick enough. Oh, I can see them on the minimap. They're starting to step up. They want to take this bottom lane and have catapult pressure consistently. And it's going to be happening too. They won't be able to hearth back quick enough to defend this. Sonya is alive. There's 2,000. Oh. All right, we'll do this. There we go. I was just like, I remember that I shouldn't hit keys because keys crash the observer mode currently. So, whew. All right. I just won't click on anything or touch anything again. But we do currently have the bottom lane keep going down. That's huge. We also will be having the top lane have some pressure from that camp that was grabbed. But at the same time, this bottom lane Punisher hasn't even, or the Shrine hasn't even activated yet. So it's one of those situations where, yes, they got the camp and it delays it out a little bit. They'll be able to rotate this top, or, you know, they'll have to go into this top and rotate and get the clear. But the thing is, they have their own camp available. So they'll just be going ahead and doing that themselves, making sure that they have added pressure in this game and just forcing these rotations out from the members of 8-second respawn. I gotta say, the blue team, they're playing a really strong game here. The other thing to note too, Ragnar's consistently using and timing out the lava wave. You can actually see that both of the minion waves spawn like directly just from the core as they spawned the lava wave, but it gets the most value and pushes the lane as much as possible. We have a little bit of a fight breaking out here. Snag not doing too well, but this is a 20-19 fight. A little risky. They back right out of here. They do not want to take this fight. They were maybe seeing, oh, if we can get that kill on the ETC, that'll be a long enough delay that we can maybe hold this down. But unfortunately, not for them. We're going to try. Meanwhile, though, in bottom lane, White Ghost will go ahead and get the clear onto this. Just don't want to have that added catapult pressure, but they see that Sonya down there. They know this fight is low. This is currently Snag setting up for a huge mosh pit. Not going to be happening with that Sleepbringer. Frost going to be going out from the Jaina, but that won't be enough to save them. That will be the kill. Cody Krez trying to get out of here. The Indomitable is used, but unfortunately, Narita will be having a Riptire right to the face. Paw and Sloth is going to get power slid on, and that will be the death of that Phoenix. Meanwhile, though, a singular mosh will come out. Fleur de Mer is going to get that sleep right onto Snag there, and that's going to be another keep falling at this point. I don't think they take core. If they were, I feel like they would have pushed past this keep already and just gone straight for it. Ragnar's actually going to be popping the Molten Core here, and no, they step up for the keep, or for the core. Okay. They don't have a minion wave with them. This is the thing that I was getting at, is like they don't have a minion wave or anything. This is currently, they need to body this themselves. Now granted, it's 30 some seconds for almost every hero, or less. Snag taking a bit of damage trying to tank this keep, but they actually have some sleep going out as well. Power slide to get right out of there. Molten Core has ended at this time. We also do have that upgrade to the lava wave. Just want to note that really quickly, is going to be having double lava waves going down, but this will be game number 1 going over to the members of the blue team. GG, well played. Welcome to Cursed Hollow. Question, just I want to throw this out to Twitch chat, just out of curiosity. Do you call it Cursed Hollow or do you call it Cursed Hollow? Because I think it's more of those things, like it's one of those things like it's just your own personal pronunciation. Like, for example, like laboratory versus laboratory. I think it's just personal preference. I'm just curious what you guys think. Leoric, thank you for the follow, my friend. Thank you all for the follows. Like, you, this is you blowing this up, and it just I cannot stop smiling. Thank you so much for all the support. Like, you all don't understand how much this means to me. But let me quickly catch everyone up on some of the coin flip stuff from game number 1, or before game number 1. Coin flip was won by the blue team. Speaking of, game 1 was won by the blue team, and I need to update the team score. Okay, let's update that team score. All right, so coin flip was won by the blue team. They chose map pick. First pick was then given over to 8-second respawn. Braxis Holdout and Tomb of the Spider Queen was banned out. Infernal Shrines was the map choice for the blue team, and Cursed Hollow is the map choice for 8-second respawn. We have a Genji being banned out at this time. They do not want to deal with that mobility from them. I wouldn't be too surprised to maybe see a Hanzo ban out at some point, or at least a high priority under the Hanzo here. And they're going to get rid of that ETC. Snag was really strong on that ETC. This Mo for sheep. Oh, sorry. I'm reading over at Twitch chat. All right. Making sure I'm not missing anything juicy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nichols Slayer. All right. So we have a Genji. We have the Dahaka. So they want to deny the global aspect. They don't want to have that macro pressure from the Dahaka in the solo lane. That's extremely powerful. I wonder if they maybe then, are they going to prioritize a right wing or a Falstead. Brightwing's notoriously fallen out of favor. Like, there's just so many heroes. Like, yes, you get a global aspect, and the polymorph can be big, but it's like, I feel it's so situational. It's just not... You just don't. Like, Brightwing, please. That's a good ban. Like, no joke, like... That's a good ban. And there's the high priority of the Hanzo that I was talking about. The reason Hanzo's so great here is that he offers great poke into the curse phase. He offers great burn onto the double boss situation that you have here. So if you just go full W build, you just have all the scatter arrows all the time. That's so hard to deal with. Oh boy. Oh boy, Fleur de Mer. Please, sorry, I can see something. It's behind my back. So we're gonna be having like just literally in draft all like right behind me here. I can just show you. There you go. Just enjoy. Like, thank you for not banning so far. It's just, oh, that's so good. Like, Fleur de Mer goes stay a while and listen, and then the other team's just like, no. But either way, all right. So we've got this draft. Deckard and Garrosh are going to be picked up together on the side of 8-second respawn. We are going to be having the Alexstrasza and the Diablo grabbed here. Oh, I like this. So Alexstrasza is extremely powerful on point control maps. Oh, yeah, sorry, Repsychic about that. Oh, Cursed Hollow and Cursed Bow. That's true. You call it Cursed Hollow? I don't know, because the announcer says Cursed Hollow. The Raven Lord says Cursed Hollow, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I need to actually go back to this. The one thing I was actually going to point out really quickly is I was actually expecting there to be a Phoenix ban. Diablo and Phoenix are notoriously strong together post 10 with the lightning breath that we've seen, especially on a map where you're going to be fighting over a point. So you have Dragon Form from the Alexstrasza. Hanzo has the W consistently out. He's got Vision for the friendly team. Diablo just lightning breaths, gets a double healing from Alexstrasza if she does, gets the healing circle out and then gets the Dragon Form circle out. And then you have Phoenix with the Purification Salvo to basically sweep over the enemy team, and while Diablo's lightning breath, that is slowing them, so you get that bonus value, that bonus damage. Curious to see what happens here. They might actually try and take the Phoenix themselves in this situation. But we do have both mages being banned out here. They don't want to deal with the poke damage, the chain bombs, or any of that from Kael'thas or Jaina. Jaina being notoriously great with poke damage from the Ice Lance, as well as just her follow-up onto a Garrosh and Deckard is terrifying. But oh! Okay. All right. Fight time. Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Well, I don't know. Okay, so they're gonna need their solo laner as well as some other form of damage. I wouldn't actually be opposed to like a thrall as well as. Okay. I like the Greyman a lot. Greyman actually has great wave clear, great clear under the shrines or. Under the camps. Just you often see that split off right away to get that siege camp right before the objective, so it times out right into that top lane or bottom lane depending on what side of the map you're on. Well, for the members of the blue team it will be on the left hand side, but either way you can time that out with the first objective. Hopefully if it's in the bottom, you just get so much value from that those siege giants just pushing consistently because there's no response globally from them, and they pick up a Li Ming. I don't know. I don't know how to look at this draft, honestly. Like, the Zagara, I like it. To be honest, I really like the draft of the blue team. I think it's really, really strong. The Zagara falls off a little bit for me. But this draft on the side of 8-second respawn. Huh. I'm at a loss for words, team. I really don't know who to give it over to. Like, the Murky is like, it's just one of those things that you look at it and you're just like, it could work. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog, tell your cat, tell your fish, we have a Murky game on our hands. And I had to look over at my stream. Yeah, that's a reaction right there. But on the left-hand side, we are going to be having the blue team. Let's see if they can round it out with 2 games for the series But Ember going to be on the Alexstrasza, Duke of Sky going to be on the Greymane, Blizzard Hyrule going to be on the Zagara, Narina going to be on the Hanzo, and Snag going to be on the Diablo. On the right-hand side, we are going to be having 8-second respawn. Can they even it up and take a 1-1 in this best of 2 series? On the right, we're going to be having Cody Kraz in that Garrosh. Pawn Sloth going to be on the Phoenix. Flirtimer is going to be on the Deckard Cain. Peridot going to be on that Li Ming. And in the bottom lane, Merkin his way around the map. It's going to be White Ghost on that Murky. But at this point, we have the Zagara going into the bottom lane. We have both of our teams actually splitting off pretty much into their solo lanes. Greymane could rotate back into the mid for the brawl here, and that's going to be the thing. They're going to go ahead and just grab the vision for that top lane, make sure that they have that, and Hanzo going to go ahead and continue to do the best things that they do, which is just continue to provide great vision for the friendly team. And we need to look at this bottom lane. So we actually, the one thing I want to note is we do have the W build for the Hanzo. We are going to be having the is it just mercenary? Okay. Sorry. Is it just bribe for Murky? No, it's a fishy deal. So it's the fishy deal for the Murky, so they'll be trying to get that. We'll see how that works out here. Ember takes a little bit of damage on that Alexstrasza. Gonna just continue to make these make this whole rotation up the top. There's a lot of members moving up here. We'll see how this works out as Fleur de Mer is going to get a root onto a couple members. Actually going to be going for that Scroll of Identify at level 1. Going to be looking to get those lockdowns as much as possible to then get a lot of armor reduction into the enemy team. And there's some really great areas where you can get some value with that lockdown and then have some follow-up from your Li Ming just, pumping damage into the enemy team. But meanwhile, White Ghost going to get pushed around a little bit in this bottom lane, kind of to be expected realistically with the Zagara being down here. No clear onto the vision. That's the important thing that I want to note here is typically if I'm playing Murky into Zagara in this situation, just in my own head, I'd be looking to utilize my Qs as much as possible onto the creep that Zagara provides, because the slimes just have that really, really quick burst, and we'll go ahead and get rid of that. I keep looking at the health bars. I'm just like, oh, Murky's about to die. No, okay, he's got his little bubble, so he'll be fine. So we'll just pop around the map. We're currently going to having the Siege Giant camp grabbed by the Greymane at the just about 2-minute mark, and Phoenix will be doing the exact same thing. Definitely grabbing a lot of good camps to start this rotation out here. Top lane, though, is going to be left by a couple members. They're actually going to go over and steal the Bruiser camp. This is aggressive, and I really like it. They haven't noticed that they've left lanes. Cody Kraz is starting to look around. Look at, are you in the bush? Fleur de Mer and Peridot are going to need to get the clear into the siege camp, and I don't think that they have any idea that they're going to be there. Snag is going to go ahead and get vision for the friendly team, but this will be way too late, and that will be this camp grabbed in favor for the members of the blue team. And if they can fight Fleur de Mer or the Phoenix, this is going to be huge. The dive goes out. The blink is there as well. They get a root onto a couple members. We have Fleur de Mer just getting that healing out. Stepping a little far forward here. Duke of Sky a little bit low on that Greymane. Has that eyes in the dark to get out of there just fine, but Peridot wants to poke them out. Meanwhile, ooh, Narita is going to be going ahead and just getting that poke damage enough out to help them, but Snag is going to be one dead demon and sitting only at 36 stacks on Black Soulstones. They're not going to be able to revive just yet. Curse is going to be, Tribute's going to be spawning in the next 6 seconds here, but they have a camp cleared up easily by the tower. I don't think they're going to be able to take this. Zagara still in bottom lane, getting pushed around by Murky. I think this is going to be, we're going to start seeing that transition where Zagara gets pushed around a little bit more by Murky than the opposite, because as I was saying, Zagara, I think, falls off a little bit in that solo lane. We'll see. We'll see how it kind of progresses here, but they'll stay down there. Murky going to be falling in that bottom lane. They have some poke damage coming out. Diablo is back in time, so this is a full 4v4 fight. Zagara still getting that push in bottom lane, but Vision going to be going out. Just waiting here. We have Snag kind of working their way into that back lane. Duke of Sky is going to go ahead, have to get the Razor Swipe out, make sure that they're not going to be dying, but we have Snag is so far stepped up. No toss going to be going out from the Garrosh. Going to go ahead and get the tribute in their favor, but was it worth it if Snag dies? That's the big question. The toss will go out, and I don't know if this demon can make it. The slow will be there, and that is another kill for the members of 8-second respawn. Question to Twitch chat. If you take Big Kahuna Tuna, is your respawn 8 seconds? Or is Murky's respawn baseline 8 seconds? I cannot remember. Has this been a reference to Murky the entire time? And I'm now just realizing it? Because I might have potatoed there. Caster might have potatoed. Not realized. But I will say this, the Murky is keeping the Zagara at bay. Not really letting them spread out too much on the vision here, and just kind of checking down here, see what's going on. The other thing, too, to look at really quickly is we are going to be having... Okay, I can't check the stacks because I don't want to click on things and then potentially break obs and then have to drop the game. So, Unfortunately, I cannot provide you with the number of stacks Murky is currently on, but I will say this, that the Diablo is currently sitting at 50 stacks of the Black Soul Stones. Hanzo's sitting at the 6 out of the 20 necessary. We do have that Groundbreaker from the Garrosh sitting at 9 out of, I believe, the 15 necessary. Yep. And then Deckard on his Scroll of Identify will be sitting at 7 out of the 20 necessary for that one. 20? Yeah, for some reason I thought it was 25. But this is going to be the next tribute spawning here. We'll see. Murky's respawn timer is 8 seconds. Okay, so someone else figured it out in Twitch chat. Oh no, someone asked and then, okay. It took me longer and then I look over at Twitch chat, I'm like, oh no, you're already talking about it. Cool. All right, well, there's going to be a delay on that one, but Fleur de Mer is going to go ahead and deny them this as Snag is going to actually get the interrupt. That dive forward is so big for them. Phoenix going to go ahead and have to use the blink out. Not going to get too far away. Still in the line of danger as they're going to be taking some damage. That shielding has left. Fleur de Mer just going to continue to drop out these potions as best they can. We have Snag actually denying the Garrosh, even trying to get to a potion with that Shadow Charge, and we just have that little zone coming out from Fleur de Mer. Not going to be able to get any sort of follow-up kills with that, especially with the Garrosh falling here. They're going to need to back off as they put Narita on this point. They're going to have to back off from the poke damage from Peridot. We have a dive in from Duca Sky onto Poe and Sloth, but this might be a risky thing for them to do as that is a reset for the Li Ming. Peridot going to be stepping up a little bit more, getting that interrupt onto Narita. They're starting to whittle down here a little by little, and this is starting to go in favor for the members of 8-second respawn. Root going to be going out, connecting onto the Hanzo. They step up a little bit further, and this should be Fleur de Mer going to go ahead and grab this and deny them. Nope, they're going to be the Fire Stomp out from the Diablo just in time. And I love this. The delay that they're allowing the team is huge. The thing is, though, it's not like it's an Abathur comp where you get a lot of value if you have, a delayed out curse. Murky's still getting value into the Zagara, and I gotta say, Blizzard Hyrule is starting to get pushed in a little bit. That fishy deal from the Murky, grabbing these Siege Giants just while Zagara was just still clearing wave, and you can see the pressure that's really starting to amount. Oh, it's always 8? I thought Big Kahuna Tuna added time to the death timer, but that's my fault then. If I have to look at that later. Oh, it turns it into 16. Okay. So it just doubles it. You're right. Okay, cool. Well, now we know. All right, so this is going to be the next objective popping up here in the bottom lane. Murky has been pushing up this lane a little bit, not really allowing Zagara to get too much value here with the creep that should be kind of like spread across this map. And also, the one thing I want to note here, if you're a Zagara player playing into a Murky, make sure if they're taking Fishy Deal, you deny that wave clear from the pufferfish. That's a huge thing. Denying wave clear off the pufferfish for a Murky pretty much mitigates the whole point of having a Murky. Because if they can't sit there and just be a nuisance, that's my only point. Make sure you kill those pufferfishes. Blizzard Hyrule actually going to be almost getting out alive, but that will also be the taunt going out as well. They know that they can't take this, so they go ahead and take the boss. They have that Hanzo for the burn, as we noted. There is going to be a scatter arrow build, but they say, you know what? With your one dead, we're going to go ahead and take your boss. Question is, are they going to be able to deny this? That's the big thing. Zagara is going to be back just now. Nidus Network has been chosen as the ultimate. I don't think they're going to be able to get this out in time. So Hanzo's going to be stepping up with a friendly team. Hanzo is going to be going ahead and getting that stun out as well. They get the root onto Phoenix. Lightning Breath going to be coming out as well. Hanzo positioning onto the point. Garrosh is going to be falling here as well. The Lifebinder will be coming out. That I think actually got denied there. The knockback from the Li Ming will interrupt it, but that is going to be a second boss in favor for the members of the blue team. And guess what? There's a curse popping up. Now, granted, it won't be curse point for the members of the blue team. They deny that curse for the members of 8-second respawn. You can see Murky getting that value with that fishy deal. Going to go ahead and steal this camp away really quickly. That also lowers the timer for the camp as well by utilizing bribe stacks. So you can also see that the camp is going to be up in the next 4 minutes rather than, I want to say it's 5. It takes a minute off. Meanwhile, though, really quickly, in bottom lane, it's going to be just this boss getting free value. Rotation through this. They actually miss each other just through there. Murky going to try and poke out as best they can, but that will be the objective picked up in favor for the members of the blue team. White Ghost going to try and push up this lane into Blizzard Hyrule and just continue to get a lot of value on this Murky. I think they denied the Murky right here, and that is going to be a kill. Now, granted, it's not going to reset anything. They didn't go for oh god, what is this? The 4 talent? It's something time. But basically, the amount of time you're alive, it empowers Murky, and so you don't have those resets off of that. I'm just going to be popping right back up. Get this boss cleared out so it doesn't take out too much. But this is the thing. It's curse point for both teams. Bottom lane is getting cleared out. It's actually got some stacking on it. Top lane stacked up a little bit. They've got a camp pushing up as well. Hanzo and Greymane are going to be finishing this out. They should get this in time because, as I noted, Narita has that W build on the Hanzo. Needs to finish out one more stack off of the scatter arrow. The thing is, though, this is the one thing I kind of want to point out because I think a lot of teams do this. They go and take camps. They want to create pressure. The thing is, though, they've now denied themselves the proper positioning for this objective. Granted, yes, they can step into this. It's going to be fine, but they're going to need to utilize things like Fire Stomp. They're going to need to step forward a little bit too far. As we can see, Snag going in here. That will be the healing circle going out. The Hanzo arrow will not connect. That will be a huge sleep onto so many members of the enemy team. Ember's trying to get so much value here, but the slow from the Murky is going to pair so well into the Phoenix. They get that Purification Salvo out. No one has died yet. Not even the Murky. Reset after reset for the Li Ming, and that is going to be the Hanzo getting the kill onto the Murky. They respond with one, but the thing is that will be a curse going out in favor for the members of 8-second respawn. And Murky gets this clear in top lane, and it's like they don't lose any value realistically. I gotta say, this was a really great play from the members from 8-second respawn, but they find the Garrosh. Cody Kraz, do they have the Indomitable to get out of here? Not gonna need it. Really low, gonna back up and make sure that they get that healing potion out. Poke damage coming out from Narita and really starting to chunk them. Need to make sure that they're picking up their potions. They're letting them go into the super form that I think was picked up at level 13, but we'll see. The super potions at level 13 will be benefiting them quite a bit here. We'll have to see how that works out when they also have the bottomless potion. And just Cody Kraz taking all of these from Peridot. Just sitting under 100 health for a second there. Just playing leapfrog with Snag and Cody Kraz between the two. The one thing I want to note is there's been this fight breaking out the entire time. Guess what Murky's been doing? Just Murky things. Just continuing to push a lane, getting a lot of free value. Mid lane's actually getting pushed up, and they're actually utilizing two people to deny this feat. The Lightning Breath actually is going to be coming out. There will be the Hanzo utilizing the Dragon Arrow as well. They pick up the kill onto the Li Ming. That is going to be a Garrosh coming out of the Shrink Ray. Zagara, though, going to deny this, at least try and deny this fort. I don't think Murky will be able to get this with the current push that they have, so they'll need to leave. That will be the safety bubble coming out, and they'll just be able to walk right away, getting quite a bit of value here during the objective. But the one thing I do want to note, the blue teams, they've done a phenomenal job of really denying them any big fort deletions. They've weakened the gates. They've kind of just opened up the map a little bit. But this hasn't been one of those curses where you get 3 forts on anything. They're currently down 2 forts as well. Living the dream. Thank you, R16U. Thank you so much for that, for living the dream.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
He didn't bribe them all? Oh, I was wondering why the cooldown was so high. Okay, that would make sense because I was like, why is it a 4-minute cooldown counter? I feel like it should be lower. Thank you so much, Twitch chat. What would I do without you? I really don't know. Though I will say this, Murky will be killed in the top lane. They will be getting that Murky boy out of there. But the thing is, that might have been what they wanted. Might have had enough stacks on Fishy Deal to go ahead and steal away a camp. And that's actually maybe what we're going to be seeing. But the taunt actually goes on to Snag here in a really bad spot. Not enough souls on the Diablo, and that will be a kill and a reset for Li Ming. Murky, though, still, I was thinking that they were dying intentionally just to go ahead and go back for one of these camps here. But objective going to be popping up, I think, fairly soon. They're going to need to burn this boss quickly if they want to do it, and they're going to be doing the exact same thing on the side of the blue team. I like this call. They're down the talent tier. They need some pressure going into this. They've got decent map control currently. They've lost 1 fort on their side to the 2 on the side of 8-second respawn. But the thing is, we're progressing to that late game Murky. Like, that's the thing we need to talk about is how much value Murky is going to get. That stale while was money? Absolutely, Kaimo Tripson. This Murky is just being such a nuisance. They will fall. They get that kill onto the Murky, but the thing is, it's boss and bottom lane, boss and top lane. These lanes are almost identical. They'll just pass each other and just like ships in the night, just like whatever, bye. Diablo is going to be setting up for this. I think they want to definitely pick up on this next objective, and I think they're fine with giving this over on the side of 8-second respawn. It's a little risky. Okay, objective going to be popping up. I don't think they're going to make it there in time. Decker King's the only one there. Going to go ahead and get that scroll of sealing out. Let's see what happens here. 16-16. This is the fight that they need to take on 8-second respawn. Zagara going to need to leave at some point. Fleur de Mar is going to go ahead and grab this objective. So they deny the curse. Lightning Breath will be coming out as well. That is going to be the Hanzo arrow connecting onto 2 members, I do believe. But no kill. They Bosses trade out, I think, keep front gates. Yeah, they really even this out pretty well, and they denied the curse. I think if Zagara had just rotated in to the friendly team, I think they definitely would have had that, but they kind of delayed for a second to make sure that they burned down that boss a little bit more in the top lane. So we're really going to be seeing a lot more pressure around this point here in the top right for the next objective. Overall, though, the two teams are going to start playing a little bit safer. They really don't want to give over too much here. Risky. It's real risky to really stagger a death at this point, so they'll just be kind of doing some safe maneuvers. Now, the thing is, there's only one camp available on the map, so I think you can kind of guess where the enemy team is, but they don't want to be stepping too far forward. They can just get the wave clear. This is probably the smarter move and a little bit just safer, realistically, for their entire team. Meanwhile, Murky's going to do Murky things in top lane, continue to just get this grouped all together, get that pufferfish out, get the slime out there as well, and clear the entire wave. I gotta say, like, it's the Murky play I really gotta do commend. I mean, there's a lot of value here on that Murky. 145,000 siege damage into the Zagara's 101,000. That's quite a bit. I mean, this Murky doing a lot of work here, but we are currently going to have objectives popping up here. Curse available for the members of the blue team. Will they be able to secure it is the big question. Peridot gonna get some poke damage out from the point as well. Question is, who steps up? Zagara going to go ahead and get that nice delay out with the roaches here. Those will need to be cleared out as well. We also have the Decker Cane finishing out that level 1. So going to have that armor reduction, but we have a huge dive in. Hanzo's going to drop out the air as well. The sleep will be coming out, but Garrus will be the first one to fall. A huge sleep onto almost every single member except for Snag, but the thing is, Purification Salvo only will work if you're alive, and that didn't happen. Murky dropped the March of the Murlocs. That will be Curse in favor for the members of the blue team. They're going to send their Zagara back, going to go ahead and just get the clear onto this mid lane, but they rotate hard into the top lane. Li Ming just skipping right over the wall. Going to skip the Murky Egg? All right. They're going to go ahead and just take out this keep, and I think that they want to just move straight into core. 3 members dead. This is the exact same situation they had in the last game. I don't know why I just potatoed. I was just like, yeah, Li Ming, just take out the Murky Egg. It's on your same team. Come on, dude. But we are going to be currently just having the top lane keep going down, and I thought that they were going to push past that, but doesn't look like it. They do get 2 keeps out of this entire curse phase, so a lot of value coming out for the members of the blue team here, as Peridot is so low. Will the... Oh, getting out of there just fine. Blizzard Hyrule getting chased by White Ghost. Gonna get the kill from the Hanzo. Do they step up even further? The thing is, they don't get the kill onto the Murky Egg. God, I'm thinking back to them, just like, how would you think that Li Ming would kill her own Murky's Egg? Like, how? Come on now. But they will go ahead and grab the siege camp, which will be pushing down the bottom lane. They've got nice catapult pressure in the top lane as well from the keep that was taken down there. Meanwhile, mid has gotten staggered or stepped up quite a bit by this archer wave, so they'll be able to just rotate here, take this out as well, and open up the map a little bit further for themselves, pushing themselves just upon the precipice for 20s. They really just, if they can just grab that, it'll be perfect for them, and that will be... I would say, they can rotate around and really do anything they want. Boss is up in 30 seconds for pretty much both sides of the map. A little bit longer on this top right, but if they can take this, it rotates into the lane a little bit quicker and pressures the core faster. And they also have, they have kind of a limited window here. Half a level to 20. They won't be able to delay this out forever, so they're waiting for the boss here. I think. I don't know, this is really risky. Boss and bottom lane is going to be popping up at this time. Top lane should be happening. We have a ping for help coming out. Are they able to sneak it? That's the big question. Will they be so distracted by the fact they need to clear their waves? I think that's going to be it. They're distracted by the fact that they need to clear out these catapults and these waves. Murky maybe going to toss a pufferfish. They won't be able to make the rotation even if Murky finds it. Yeah, they know that they're here. That's going to be boss grabbed. So they make a hard rotation into the bottom lane. I like this call. No, they hearth. Okay, never mind. I was like, it's risky, but then I just saw that it was only literally Deckard and Fleur de Mer. So they're just like, all right, we're gonna go back. We're gonna defend against this. They have a boss pushing down the top lane. White Ghost is gonna do the best they can on that little fishy, but it won't be enough. The other thing I want to note really quickly: we have infinite March of the Murlocs, and that's a little terrifying to me. Infinite March of the Murlocs, like if you can keep your Murky just fine and not get interrupted. That's a whole lot of damage. I'm wondering, are they going to step up and try and end this? I think that's what their goal is at this time. Yeah, they're going to try and roll in. They've got catapults in bottom lane. The whole team hasn't been scouted out yet. Just the Greymane and I think just 3 members. But they should know that this is a big push for the core.
Red team's core is
Let's see what happens here as we are going to be having a tribute available. No curse for either team. Boss is going to be coming down that bottom lane fairly soon. March the Murloc comes out. This is the infinite march, so they can continue to defend with this for quite some time. Stepping up into this is going to be really, really difficult as we have a dash coming out from Snag here. Going to be getting that shadow charge onto one member. The lightning breath is coming out onto so many here. Oh my god, the March the Murlocs getting so much value, but they actually lose their Leeming in this situation. Diablo just going to be falling at this time, but Phoenix will be the next one to go down as well. Fleur-de-Mer going to go ahead, try and get that sleep, but that is going to be game number 2 going over to the members of the blue team. GG, well played.